Okay, so you said there's like a ton of stuff about this CineGenix AI,
Yeah.
this AI tool that's supposed to make it super easy to create videos. And looks like you're trying to decide if it's actually worth the hype or if it's just, another one of those products with all the flashy promises.
It seems like you've really done your research. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got reviews and lists of features and breakdowns of the pricing and even some articles that really get into like the tech behind it.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure we had a lot to go over.
Yeah, it looks like you really want to get a good grasp of what CineGenix AI is, before you...
Yeah, definitely. There are so many new tools coming out all the time. I just want to make sure that, before we invest any time or money, that it's something that's worth it.
Makes sense.
So let's just start with the basics. What is CineGenix AI and what is it supposed to do?
Well, at its core, CineGenix AI is all about making video creation easier. And it uses AI to do it. One of the things that really jumps out is just how many different ways you can use it to make videos.
Oh, yeah.
Like 25 different methods, according to the website.
Wow, 25.
So it seems like they're really going for like a one-stop shop kind of thing.
Okay.
Trying to make it so anyone can use it, whether they've got technical skills or any experience with video editing or not.
That's pretty ambitious, 25 different ways.
Yeah.
So with all those options, what are some of the things that make CineGenix AI stand out? What are like the coolest features?
Well, one that caught my eye is something they call DeepSeek tech.
Okay.
The basic idea is that you give the AI your concept for the video,
Right.
and it uses this tech to help turn your idea into an actual video. It can like generate visuals and scripts and even voiceovers all based on what you give it.
So you're not just putting together pieces that are already made. You're actually giving the AI an idea and it's helping to shape it into a video.
Yeah, that's what they say, at least from a creative standpoint.
Right.
It's a really interesting idea. Imagine being able to see your abstract idea like right in front of you.
Yeah.
That could be so helpful in the early stages.
Yeah. Just getting started, I think, is the biggest hurdle for a lot of people.
Exactly. And it's like having someone to brainstorm with who can just instantly visualize everything you're thinking.
That's a great analogy.
Now, of course, we still need to look into whether it actually lives up to that promise.
Right.
But the potential is definitely there, and that's what makes it so interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Another feature I was looking at that I think could be a game changer, especially for some creators, is the AI scriptwriter.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Scriptwriting can be such a pain.
Huge time sink, especially if writing isn't really your thing.
Exactly. So how does CineGenix AI handle that?
Well, their AI scriptwriter is designed to just create scripts automatically. You give it some basic info and it takes it from there. Think of it like a first draft.
Okay.
That you can then go in and, tweak and make it your own. It could save so much time, especially for people who are making a ton of videos.
Yeah, or even for people who are great at coming up with ideas, but maybe they're not so good at structuring those ideas into a script.
Exactly. Having that initial framework from the AI could be a great way to get started.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then there's the AI voices feature,
Right.
which seems like a smart move because getting professional voiceovers can be expensive.
Oh, yeah,
So
definitely.
CineGenix AI has a bunch of realistic AI voices you can use.
Yeah, it gives you a lot more flexibility. You can play around with different voices without having to spend a ton of money or do all the recording yourself.
It's so important to have good audio.
Oh, absolutely. It makes such a difference in the quality of the video.
And one of the features I was most curious about was this audio to video conversion.
Yeah, that one's really interesting.
What's the idea behind that?
Basically, you can take any audio you have,
Okay.
like a podcast episode or a music track or even just a voice recording, and turn it into a video. CineGenix AI says it can do all that.
Yeah.
You upload your audio and then it automatically generates visuals to go with it.
That's really cool. It seems like there's so many possibilities for repurposing your content. You could create video versions of your podcasts or turn your music into like visualizers.
For sure.
I can see that being a big draw for creators who are trying to reach a wider audience.
Absolutely. It all comes back to making video creation more accessible and efficient. And that seems to be like the big theme with CineGenix AI. And they even have a library of over 100 templates and royalty-free stock media.
So you don't even have to start from scratch.
Nope. You've got templates and visuals and audio all ready to go. It's all about saving time and effort.
Which are super valuable when you're creating content.
Exactly.
All these features sound great, especially for someone like me who gets a little overwhelmed by the more complicated video editing software.
It does seem like they're really trying to make it user-friendly.
Yeah, and they've got a really attractive price too.
Oh, yeah. Only $15 for lifetime access.
Wow, It's a great price.
Almost seems too good to be true, right?
Yeah. Are there any catches? What about those upsells we saw? The OTOs?
Yeah, you're right. That price does seem pretty low. And there are definitely some upsells. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll go through those in detail later.
Okay.
For now, let's just focus on what you get with the basic version of CineGenix AI.
Sounds good. So we talked about the concept and the main features and the pricing, but what are people actually saying about CineGenix AI? Do the reviews back up what they promise?
That's a great question. Let's look at some of these independent reviews you found and see what real users are saying.
And if anyone listening is curious and wants to learn more, you can check out the link in the description. It'll take you to a page where you can see all the features and decide if CineGenix AI is right for you.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back after a short break to get into those reviews and find out if CineGenix AI really delivers on its promises. Stay tuned. All right, so we're back, and now it's time to see what people are actually saying about CineGenix AI.
Right, let's get into some user feedback.
Yeah, we've seen the promises, but now let's see if they hold up in the real world.
Definitely. So from the reviews you've gathered, it seems like one of the big things people are talking about is how easy it is to use.
Oh, it's good to hear.
A lot of users say it's really intuitive, even if you're not a tech person or, you've never used video editing software before.
That's a big plus because I know a lot of people are intimidated by software like that.
Yeah, for sure. So it's great that it's easy to pick up and use.
Did you see anything specific about how that ease of use actually translates into the creative process?
Yeah, actually one reviewer who's a teacher and makes educational videos mentioned that CineGenix AI helped them get over their fear of video editing.
Interesting.
They said they were able to learn the basics really quickly and start creating engaging content for their students without getting bogged down in all the technical stuff.
That's awesome. That's a great example of how it can really help people.
Yeah, it really shows how user-friendly the software is.
It sounds like it's lowering the barrier to entry for video creation,
Definitely.
allowing people to just focus on their ideas instead of getting lost in the tech stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you find any reviews that mentioned the quality of the videos? I mean, that's always a concern with AI-generated content.
Yeah, for sure. And there were definitely comments about that. A marketing consultant said they were impressed with how professional the videos looked. They even said that some clients thought they'd hired a professional video editor.
Wow.
Which says a lot about the quality of the videos the AI is creating.
That's impressive. So it's not just about making it easier, it's also about getting good results.
Exactly. You don't have to sacrifice quality for convenience.
Were there any specific features that people mentioned that contributed to that?
Several reviewers pointed to the templates and the stock media library as being really key.
Okay.
Having those professionally designed templates and high-quality visuals to start with gives you a really solid foundation.
Right, it's like having a head start.
Yeah, and it takes the guesswork out of things like composition and color palettes so you can focus on the actual content of your video.
It's like having a whole team of designers and editors working behind the scenes.
Exactly, and it shows how important it is to have a good stock media library.
Definitely. Did you come across any reviews that talked about how CineGenix AI handles more unique or complex ideas?
Yeah, there was one from a musician who used the audio to video conversion feature to make a music video.
Oh, cool.
And they were really impressed with how well the AI matched the visuals to the mood and the rhythm of the music.
Wow.
It seems like CineGenix AI can do more than just basic slideshow style videos. It can create something more dynamic and engaging.
That's awesome. What about the AI script writer? Do you see any reviews that talked about that?
Yeah, one small business owner said that it really helped them with writer's block.
Oh, wow.
They said the AI actually generated a script that got the main point of their message across, even though they were having trouble putting it into words themselves.
That's amazing.
And then they were able to go in and tweak it and make it their own.
This is a good starting point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It saved them a lot of time and frustration.
I love that. That's a great example of how AI can be used to help with creativity. It's not about replacing humans. It's about giving us tools to make things easier.
Yeah, it's about collaboration, not automation.
It sounds like CineGenix AI does a good job of balancing that.
I think so. It gives you the AI assistance, but you still have control over the creative process.
Okay, so this is all really positive so far. It seems like CineGenix AI is doing what it promises to do. But we should probably talk about those upsells now.
Right, those OTOs.
They can be a bit of a sticking point with software like this.
Yeah, it's easy to get excited about a new tool, but then end up spending way more than you planned.
Exactly. So it's good to know what they are and if they're worth it.
Definitely. And just a reminder, if you're interested in checking out the different CineGenix AI packages and seeing the pricing options, you can find a link in the description.
Great. So let's break down these OTOs and see what they offer.
Okay, so the first OTO is for unlimited video creation.
Okay.
The basic plan has a limit on how many videos you can make each month. But this upsell gets rid of that limit.
That makes sense. So if you're planning on making a lot of videos, it might be worth it.
Exactly. It's kind of like how some streaming services have different tiers with different features.
Right.
So you can pick the plan that works best for you.
What about the other OTOs?
Another one is a library of done-for-you templates and scripts.
Oh, okay.
And these are supposed to be even better than the templates that come with the basic plan.
So like even more professional looking.
Yeah, and they cover a lot of different niches and industries.
So there's probably something for everyone.
Most likely. Yeah, it could be a huge time saver if you're busy or if you're not a designer.
It's like having your own personal design team.
Exactly.
Are there any other OTOs that stand out to you?
One that I thought was interesting gives you access to a private community of CineGenix AI users.
Oh, cool.
It's a place where you can connect with other users and share tips and get support.
That's a great idea.
It's a good way to learn from other people and make sure you're getting the most out of the software.
It sounds like a really valuable resource.
It is, especially when you're first starting out.
So it seems like these OTOs do offer some good additions to the basic package.
Yeah, they definitely can.
But like we said before, you need to think about what you need and what you can afford.
Exactly. Don't feel like you have to buy everything. Just focus on the features that will really help you with your video creation.
And if you want more details about the OTOs and the pricing, remember you can find a link in the description.
All right.
Okay, so we've covered the ease of use and the quality and the OTOs. But there's another big question we need to address.
What's that?
How does CineGenix AI compare to other video creation tools on the market?
That's a good question. There are so many options out there. It's important to know where CineGenix AI fits in.
Yeah, let's see how it stacks up against the competition.
All right, let's do it. So we were talking about how CineGenix AI compares to the other video creation tools out there.
Right. There are so many options. It's hard to know where to even start.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming. It seems like CineGenix AI is trying to find its place by focusing on these AI features, to make things easier, especially for people who might be intimidated by traditional video editing.
So it's trying to be both simple and powerful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a good balance for creators who want those professional-looking videos but don't want to learn all the complicated software.
Right. What are some of the other big players in this space?
Well, there's that one popular cloud-based video editor that's known for being really user-friendly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's great for teams working together, but it might not have the same level of AI automation as CineGenix AI.
So CineGenix AI is really pushing the AI side of things.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
What about other AI-powered video creation tools? Are there any that are direct competitors that have similar features?
That's a good question.
There are a few new ones that are using AI too, but they usually focus on just one part of video creation. Like one might be really good at generating visuals, but not so good at audio. CineGenix AI seems to be more well-rounded. It offers all these different AI features in one place.
So it's like a one-stop shop.
Exactly. It's a complete solution.
What about price? How does CineGenix AI compare to the others?
That's an important one.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that initial price of $15 for lifetime access is really hard to beat.
What is a great price?
Especially when you look at all the features it offers.
Right. A lot of other tools want you to pay a monthly or yearly subscription.
Exactly, and that can really add up over time.
Yeah, that low price could be a big deciding factor for a lot of people.
Especially if you're on a budget or you're just starting out.
But we should mention those OTOs again.
Right. They can definitely change the overall cost.
So it's important to look at everything when you're comparing prices.
Absolutely. You got to factor in those extra features. But even with the OTOs, CineGenix AI is still pretty affordable compared to a lot of other tools.
It sounds like they're trying to be really competitive.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like they're trying to make video creation accessible to everyone. Okay, so CineGenix AI seems like a strong option.
Yeah, it's got a good mix of features and ease of use and a good price.
But are there any downsides? Things that people should be aware of?
Well, one thing to think about is that it relies heavily on AI.
Right.
And while the AI can be really helpful, it might not always give you exactly what you want. Remember, AI is just a tool, and like any tool, it has its limitations.
So you might need to make some adjustments to get the results you want.
Yeah, it's not totally hands-off. You still need to be involved in the creative process and kind of guide the AI.
It's more about working together than just letting the AI do everything.
Right, it's a partnership. And another thing is the learning curve.
Oh yeah, even if it's user-friendly, there's always going to be something to learn.
Exactly, it might take some time to figure out all the features and how everything works.
But from what we've seen in the reviews, it seems like CineGenix AI has made it pretty easy to learn.
Yeah, they've got tutorials and documentation and that community forum to help you out.
Those are all really helpful resources.
Oaks.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, what are your overall thoughts on CineGenix AI? Do you think it's worth checking out?
I think so, but based on everything we've discussed, it seems like a really solid tool. It's powerful, but still easy to use. And the AI features are innovative, and it's a great price. And the reviews are positive. I think if you're looking for a way to make video creation easier and you want to use AI, CineGenix AI is definitely worth exploring. And if you're interested in learning more, you can find a link in the description.
Absolutely. It's always exciting to see new tools like this come out. It'll be interesting to see what they do in the future. We encourage everyone to check out CineGenix AI and see if it's right for them. And as always, thanks for joining us on the deep dive.